So I made a video about how manifesting a specific person is really easy, and not everyone agreed, and that's okay. I'm here making this video today for anyone who has been trying and trying and trying to manifest their SP, but they're still not seeing results. Hi everyone, my name is Emily. I'm a manifesting coach, and today we're going to talk about why you are probably still blocked and you're not seeing your manifestation. I am here to help you uncover your blocks and to help you understand the law of assumption so that way you can manifest to the best of your abilities. But if you would like more personal guidance, I am available for one-on-one coaching, and there is a link below in the description box that will take you to my booking page. So there are a lot of reasons why you might still be struggling to manifest your specific person, but there are three that come up the most often for me and my clients, and they're pretty vague. So again, if you want more personalized guidance, you might want to book a session with me so that way we can get to the bottom of it. But these are things that I see a lot in a lot of different people, in a lot of different ways, and usually it all boils down to like these common denominators, these common three things. The first one is just that you are forgetting your power. You're forgetting that you are creating everything that you see. You are forgetting that everyone is you pushed out, including your SP, and you're giving your power away. You're giving your power away to your SP because you still believe that they have free will, or you're giving your power away to science because you believe that, this isn't fully possible, at least for you, or you're giving up your power to another higher power like a god or something, or someone, or because you just don't feel like you are the one that is fully in control here, and you still believe that like whatever is meant to be will be. Regardless of what it is, the easiest way to combat this is to just remind yourself of who you are. Embrace who you are. Give yourself time throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month to really sit and embody the version of you that can manifest anything and everything that they want. And I want you to sit there and I want you to really try to feel like you have that power. I want you to embrace it and embody it, and I want you to like ask yourself, what would it feel like if I really could manifest my SP? What would it feel like if I really could, if everyone, it really is me pushed out, and I really could change their minds about me, and I really could change the situation for the better? And what would it be like if I could revise the past? What it would be like if I really was this limitless and powerful being? And I want you to ask yourself, what would it feel like? And also, what kind of ease would it bring into my life? And I want you to embody that, and I want you to carry that with you, that feeling with you throughout your day, even when you're not manifesting. You have to get comfortable with the idea that this is possible and that this is how you've manifested, well, how you've gotten into any relationship, whether it was a romantic relationship or a platonic relationship, you've manifested it. And you have to get comfortable with that idea that people don't really have free will in the way that we've been taught. But if you're still struggling with this, another great way to remind yourself of your power is to just try to manifest something small and inconsequential to you, something that is random enough that like you can still believe that you're the one that manifested it, but you just don't have that kind of resistance to it. So this can be a 4-leaf clover, or free coffee, a gift card, a penny that was made in a specific year. It really doesn't matter what it is, as long as you feel like you don't have a lot of resistance to it and you can actually like take the time to visualize it and experience it in your reality. Now, all you do is just do whatever technique that you want to do. You can visualize, script, do affirmations, or whatever it might be. You do all of those same techniques, and you just embody and you identify with the version of you that already has whatever random thing that you want. You just have to make sure that you're manifesting it and you are visualizing it, having it now, not in the future, but now or in the past, so that way you can just like imagine it is in your hand and that you're experiencing it right now. Or you can imagine that right now you are coming back here and you're leaving a comment about the random thing that you manifested, or you're telling your friends about it, you're telling your mom about it. It doesn't matter. You just can't feel like it is happening in the future, because if you feel like it's happening in the future, it's going to stay in the future. Just make sure that it is happening in the now. But the more that you do these things, the more that you manifest these inconsequential things, the more confidence you're going to have, and the more you're going to be able to strengthen your belief that the law of assumption actually works and that you are this powerful. So the next thing that I see a lot is that you just haven't done the self-concept work. You might be visualizing all day that your SP is yours, but then you have these underlying contradicting beliefs that are blocking you, and you might not even really realize that. I've had people come to me and say that they feel like they're with their SP when they're doing their techniques, and then they end up falling out of it once they're not doing these techniques anymore, and then we start to get talking more, and it ends up like, I've had a client say to me that they're worried that their SP isn't going to like them since they've gained weight, or they're worried that their SP is still going to be in love with this third party, this other person, or, just in general, they just don't feel like they're enough, they're good enough for their person. And that always boils down to your self-concept. So take the time to actually realize what your self-concept is and what you are actually believing to be true about you and about relationships, about your relationships, and about, how your SP is going to treat you based off of what you believe about your SP. Because, your self-concept can be very, very general, or it can be very, very specific to your person. But regardless, it is something that you really need to take the time to look over. And if you find that you do actually have limiting beliefs in your self-concept, you have to flip those beliefs. You have to start believing in the opposite, believe in what you actually want to be true. The most common way that I see people do this is just repeating affirmations, either verbally or like in your imagination, or through scripting, like writing them down. But you can do whatever feels right to you. I mean, you can go back and you can revise if you know what it was that caused this belief to happen in you. Like say that you're really insecure about how you look and you were bullied in school. You can go back and you can revise that you were never bullied and that everyone actually thought that you were really cute and adorable when you were little. It can be something like that. You can do revision, or you can just visualize that whatever it is that you believe about yourself, your SP does not believe that about you. You can imagine your SP telling you that, they love your body, or, they love that you come from different backgrounds. They love like everything about you, and that they're the third party person, like they don't even care about anymore. Whatever it is, your self-concept, you still have to like focus on it a little bit, even though I know it's not as fun as like imagining your person and all that good stuff, but it is something that you still need to pay attention to, especially if you're still doing this and you're still not seeing any results. Just take some time to make sure that your self-concept is in alignment with your desires. And the final most common reason why you're probably still stuck with your manifestation is that you don't actually know when you are in the state of the wish fulfilled and when you're not. So if you're new here, to put it plainly, the state of the wish fulfilled is basically just that deep down your manifestation is yours. So deep down that your SP is yours, that they want you back, that they love you, that they want to be in a relationship with you. It's not always going to be like feelings of like happiness and joy or whatever. And it might not always come in like really great thoughts, but it's at least going to be neutral. It's at least going to feel neutral. And it's more so how you're able to identify, like the I am, like I am with my SP, or I am loved by my SP, or something like that, whatever those affirmations that you choose to follow. But it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't always necessarily mean that it's going to be a feeling or a thought. It is more so how you identify, in the sense of knowing that you're in the state of the wish fulfilled, that you're with your person, you have your desires already. That could be one of the reasons why you're confused about this, because you think that if you're in a good mood, then that must mean that you're in the state of the wish fulfilled, but it's not always that way. You can be in a good mood, but still, identify as a single person who is not in a relationship. So it doesn't automatically mean that just because you are in a good mood that you are in the state of the wish fulfilled. But you can use your moods and your emotions and your thoughts as your guide to like help you gauge whether or not you're in the state of the wish fulfilled. Now you have to remember that it is also your dominant state that creates. So you might be able to get to the state of the wish fulfilled while you're actually doing your techniques, but then when you go on about your day and you just aren't really focusing on it anymore, then you might start to slip out of the state of the wish fulfilled, and you don't actually stay there long enough for it to become your dominant state, so that way it can actually manifest into your 3D. So the way that I see this is that it is a skill, and sometimes skills just take a little bit of time to develop, and that's okay. But I do think that you have to check in with yourself pretty regularly to see like what kind of state that you're in, so that way you can make sure that you are on the right track as much as possible. One way you can do this is just simply by setting an alarm for every hour or so, or whatever feels right to you. And every time that alarm goes off, you just remind yourself to check in, and you ask yourself how you're feeling. How do you feel about your SP? Has anything happened in the last hour that has made you fall out of the state of the wish fulfilled? Has anything happened in the last hour that has made you feel bad about your SP? You know, did you see something on social media that made you feel like your SP didn't actually want to be with you? Just check in with yourself, how you're feeling, what you've been thinking. And you, like I said, you use your emotions as your guide to figure out where you are about your SP. So obviously, if anything has come up, you want to start to like course correct and try to get back into the state of the wish fulfilled. But of course, you know, we all have obligations in the 3D. Maybe you're at work and you can't take time to go do a 30-minute meditation, and that's fine. That's okay. You can, you know, just affirm to yourself that you have what you want. Remind yourself of your power. Remind yourself that you are creating this and that you can uncreate it and recreate it, and you can change your SP. You don't actually have to like drop everything that you're doing and go do a technique. You can stay in the moment, but then try to like self-soothe a little bit while you're doing whatever it is that you're doing. But you should also take note and save that for later, so that way when you do have time to do your techniques or your meditation or whatever, then you know what you need to focus on, you know what you need to revise, you know what you should visualize, and what is actually like really bothering you throughout that day. And that way you can get on the right track and you can speed up this process, because you're getting through all of these negative beliefs and all these negative feelings around your SP, and you are course correcting throughout the day, and you are starting to be in the state of the wish fulfilled more and more and more, and you're starting to learn what it is even like to be in the state of the wish fulfilled. Now, eventually you are going to want to get to the point where you just know automatically when you're starting to fall out of the state of the wish fulfilled, that you'll be so on top of your thoughts and your emotions. Like, you know immediately when you start to get in a bad mood, you know why, you know what belief that is attached to, you know that it's because of your SP, and you know that you're not in the state of the wish fulfilled, and you're able to just course correct right then and there. Remind yourself of your power, of everything that you need to know. But you don't actually have to get to that point in order to get to your SP right now. It's just like a goal to have, so that way like throughout your whole life, you'll be able to be a better manifester regardless of what you want, regardless of what you're trying to manifest. That is just kind of the goal that you want to have, just to be a better manifester in general. So I hope that this video was helpful. If you have any questions, as always, you can always leave a comment, and I'll do my best to answer. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!